Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Emerge. I'm your host, Tiffany Boyle, and this week we will be discussing with Dorothea how to make a divine decision and hear Deshana's 2 cents about finances. This week, we have the opportunity to speak with a family of talented individuals. From entrepreneurship to being musicians, Emerge had the opportunity to sit down with TRK, the Rich Kids, and Whitteney Guyton, serial entrepreneur and momager. But like we always do, before we get into that, we are going to tiptoe to the CEO corner. All right, everybody, welcome to the CEO corner. Hope everybody remembers last week we discussed loyalty to customers. So this week, we are going to discuss loyalty to employees. We all know as CEOs that there are several components to running a successful business. And today, the component we're going to focus on are our employees. So the secret to loyalty is to hire smart, happy, self-starting people with a history of success. Let me repeat that because it was a short sentence, but a lot was in that sentence. So the secret to loyalty is to hire smart, happy, self-starting people with a history of success. Treat them well, pay them well, and give them success training. Not just on the job training, but how to be successful. So please, CEOs, work hard to treat your employees good, meet them where they are, use emotional intelligence, and really understand what they need to succeed. So all of that is constant work, constant transitions, constant adaptations. Just it's work, dedication. As a CEO, you want to have loyalty of your employees. And I'm Tiffany Boyle, and that's my tip from the CEO Corner. So you are tuned into Emerge here on WHOV 88.1. Our first guests are the 3 talented young artists that make up TRK, the Rich Kids. And I just have to tell you guys on Sunday, August 14th, Emerge had the opportunity to attend TRK's listening party. It was phenomenal. The ambiance, the settings, the place, the people, all of it worked out perfectly. It was phenomenal. Their voices, their songs, they are bringing back that old school R&B. And that is my favorite type of music. So you guys know I was in there feeling it. But they are just beautiful spirits and doing great things. And I look forward to their album dropping end of this month, end of August. So stay tuned to listen to Imani, Simi, and Z as they discuss more with us. All right, we are here with TRK. We are so excited to have you guys on the show today. So first, start off with telling us what does TRK stand for and a little bit about yourselves.
Okay, well, hi everyone, we are TRK. TRK stands for the Rich Kids, but we're not just rich in wealth, we're rich in God, family, and love. And so this is a name we've had since we were, very young. And so we just decided to stick with it because it's catchy and it represents us very well. So yeah, there's that. And then what was the next question? Because I accidentally...
Before we even get into who you guys are, you guys say very young, but to me right now, you guys are still very young. How old are you?
Sorry. Okay. I am 21.
I'll be 20 on Friday.
And I will be 18 in like a couple weeks.
Nice. Happy birthday to both of you guys. So let's just start. Name and a little bit about yourself and then why you got into the group.
My name is Simeon. I currently attend Hampton University. I am a third-year biology pre-med major. I started singing very young with her. She actually was our first one out of all of us to start singing. And then she kind of like just cultivated the rest of us into it. I actually didn't start off with singing. I started off on like musical instruments. So I started off with the piano. And then that's when I found my voice. And then later, after the piano, I picked up the saxophone. We didn't really form a group for real until I want to say maybe 2 years before I went to high school. So I had to be maybe like 12, 13 is when we really officially was like, okay, we're going to actually do this thing. But then we did it all throughout high school, enjoyed our time. We went to college, and then that's when I went to camp. So,
yeah. Okay. Hi, I'm Imani. I am a third-year architecture major at Howard University, the real issue.
Not too much. Not too much.
That is so funny. But I love it because my daughter wants to do architecture, so we're going to talk offline because she's looking at Howard as well.
Yes. But yes, so we, like you said, we started singing very young. I want to say I've been singing my entire life. I don't really know like when I really started, but I do know I've been singing for a very long time. Crazy, I used to rap before I used to sing. I used to be really good at rapping, like great, not rapping presents, like I could freestyle. Like I could definitely rap for sure. And then I just started noticing that my siblings could sing too. And I was just like, okay, well, I mean, everybody else is singing online, so why don't we do it, you know? And so then we started performing and doing like Christmas shows and stuff around the 757. And then we became a group, and the rest is history.
And actually, fun fact, I could not sing at first. I couldn't. My sisters, well, mainly her, she used to sing. And my older brother, he used to sing. At that time, they were the only two that were like singing. And so, like me and Ziana, we were very young. So we used to like imitate or try to be like our older siblings who were singing. And she could hold a tune at that time, but I couldn't sing nothing. So it was real bad. And then,
so what you're saying is there hope for the rest of us that one day we would be able to sing too?
You know,
honestly, it is. If you take my vocal coaching class, there is a chance that you'll be.
I like it. Plug it in.
Look, I'm like, y'all are confidence on overload, and I love it. Yes, I'm gonna come through. Come on, Tiffany, and take her class.
Right? One class, you might be like, never mind, there's no hope.
Okay, so I guess I'm the last one to introduce myself. I'm Ziana. I'm obviously the youngest out of the three of us. I just graduated high school, I want to say 2 months ago. I plan on going to not this semester, but next semester, with a major in mathematical engineering. And yeah, singing has always been like what I've always wanted to do. Like since I've been out the womb, it's always been music, not necessarily singing, but music. So I picked up the electric guitar for my first instrument, and then I went to violin and the drums. And so music has always been, you know, my sort of thing. And I started singing with her. We kind of put our little covers on Facebook and everything like that, you know, the little we're sisters type thing. And then we all decided to, you know, make the group, and then that's how, you know, we started getting acclimated.
That is awesome. So I did have a question. So I can tell that you all are about education, with two of you being in college, you know, the battle of the HUs, and you having plans to go. So even though y'all are all, you know, kind of going off and learning your own thing, what is your goal, you know, for TRK? Like, where do y'all want to take your music group?
I plan to be next level.
Me too.
Top. Yeah.
Yes. 100%.
Skyrocketed.
Like what started off as just something really fun, once we realized we were like really good at it, it's like, okay, we can, you know, do something. We can impact people. You don't really realize how much you impact people with music until you actually, you know, start to see it and see it come to life. Even with our last EP, we've had so many people come up to us like, oh my gosh, this is my favorite song. Like, you guys need more. This song helps me out so much. It gets me through so much. And so, you know, with this project that we're releasing, this new project that we're releasing, we really just, you know, put it out there for our feelings. And, you know, we also want it to go as far as it can possibly go.
Okay, so I'm so glad you said EP. I feel like, you know, we're friends, we're family now. You're part of the Emerge family. This is a safe space. I follow people on Instagram, you know, look at, you know, different documentaries, the unsung stories. And I hear people say EP, and I don't understand, like, what's the difference between like an EP, an album, a record? Because I feel like, are they using this interchangeably? Like, what exactly is an EP?
EPs usually have
6 songs.
Yeah,
it's
between 3 to 6 songs in an EP. It's kind of like a pre-album.
Like a taste. Yeah.
It's like a taste of what you're gonna get in the next day.
Where an album has 8
or 13 or longer songs.
You have 30 songs in an album. That's a long album, but you can have 30 songs of it.
Right. You know what? I'm so glad
Jackson was the last one that did 30 songs in an album. I don't know who did it after him.
Chris Brown. One of his most recent albums was like 30 songs.
It's like the
really?
Pre-COVID.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
For me, though, that's a little too long. But, you know.
That is. Like, he was saving up all those years. Goodness.
I'm so glad you told me that, because I was like, okay, I thought maybe an EP. It's like, I'm trying to figure out the album. Like, it's some kind of a project, and it's like a song, but it's not. Obviously, it's a mini CD. So thank y'all for sharing that, because I would have never figured it out.
See, and that just lets y'all know our age, because she just said mini CD.
Look. First of all, I felt young. I feel young until we have people on here talking about, I'm at HU, and I'm like, I graduated years ago, many years ago. But I love it. I love to see, young people who kind of know what they want to do in life and go after it. I think it's such an amazing thing to see. And I'm sure y'all is such an inspiration to those around you. So just in these brief moments we have left, talk to us about, like, if somebody wanted to follow you, if they wanted to book y'all, see what y'all have coming up, where can they reach out to y'all and find out more information?
They can reach out to us on our Instagram at @TheRealTRKOfficial_. That's what Instagram is. Facebook is just TRK. YouTube is TRK Band. We also have our email. That's trkband4@gmail.com. And those are some of the main ways you can reach us to book us for any event.
All right, and everybody, what she said, I found it, The Real TRK Official _ on Instagram. Every time I ask that question, I always pull my phone. I don't know if y'all can see it, and I find the people right in. So I let people know how easy it is. And I'm like, some of my friends follow y'all, and they just slept on it because they ain't told me nothing. Ain't nobody that said a word, right? And before we go, I have one last question, but it's for all of y'all individually. And that is our signature question. And that is, go ahead.
Oh, I want to ask them a few more questions.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Kind of brush y'all off, and I wanted to. So, well, let's say if you're just tuning in, you are listening to Emerge. I'm Tiffany Boyle, along with Deshana Kemp Garnett, and we are talking with TRK, the rich kids, who said that they were going to give us some money since they are rich. Right? But question, you guys are all family, all beautiful spirits. How is it being family and having like a business together?
It's good. It's good. It's just, because we are family, we can kind of butt heads with each other, especially because some of us are a lot more hotheads than others. So, we kind of butt heads, but we always get the job done, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because that's, what we do in a business, we get it done no matter what comes, the consequences and everything like that.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of good times, a lot of great spirit. It can be very fun, but it can also be very, very, very stressful.
It's very interesting because with this latest project that we've been working on, we've actually realized how alike we are and then how completely different we all are. Mm-hmm. So we're trying to convey different types of emotions, talk to each other about different types of things, and then those don't merge well together sometimes, so we end up arguing or whatever because sometimes emotions are flowing, and then this is a really emotional album, so of course you listening to the songs, you're already emotional about that, and then you're talking to each other about everything else, so everything is heightened. But it's very fun working with your siblings because you realize how similar you guys are.
Nice. So I realize we're talking about albums. You guys have a new album coming out. What genre of music would you say your music is?
R&B.
It's R&B.
R&B.
Sure.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Let's do it.
But it's kind of like 90s
Yeah.
R&B.
Yeah, that you speaking my language. We talk CJ, like y'all talking
Yeah.
Maxwell, Brian McKnight, all over here. So, oh, that's great. How did you guys get into 90s kind of R&B?
Well, for this album or in general, because I can answer both.
I guess both. Let's do both.
Okay, so how we got into R&B in general was because growing up, we listened to a lot of R&B. A lot of our favorite groups were R&B. Our parents,
Like what?
like SWV, Escape, Boys to Men, things and such like that.
Mm-hmm.
So our parents on Sundays when it was cleanup day, that's all they played. So between that and gospel,
That or gospel, we always knew when it was time to clean up.
Growing up, it was like that's just what you hear.
I'm not gonna say what culture y'all are from, but we all
right. But and then for this album, how it became R&B was, you go through college, you get out of high school, and you experience a lot of life things that kind of force you to grow up, and so then you end up using those life experiences that you've learned, and then you just start writing songs, you just start turning them into music, and then you kind of like not base it off of things that you've heard, but you kind of do base it off of certain vibes that you've grown up listening to, songs that relate to you, that have related to you when you were younger. You start to write music like that, but in your generation, in your style now. So
nice. I love it. Thank you. So tell us about your listening party coming up.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Our listening party is Sunday, August 14th at 8 p.m. It's going to be a very, very, very good party. Something that people can, get a taste of without getting the full thing, just showing them what's coming the 29th when we drop our project. Just giving them, a couple of here and there's, letting them groove to certain things and just, putting it out there without giving them the full thing. But it's going to be a really great experience, and it's going to be very nice and very fun. And I hope that everybody enjoys it.
Oh, great. So when are you dropping the project?
Our first single releases on August 14th for this album. That will be called Not the One. So I hope y'all are ready for that. And then
for a few people already. I don't know what it's about.
Yes. And then for our album that releases on August 29th.
Okay. Very nice. And let's repeat again what Deshana had said. How do we get in contact with you guys? How do we buy the album?
So the
download it.
Will be available everywhere: Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud,
Pandora,
everything. Anything that you listen to, the album will be available up there. Our EP is available on there as well. So if you ever just want to take a listen on that. And then if you want to reach us on Instagram, we are the Real TRK official _. Facebook is TRK. YouTube is TRK Band. And for booking information, either call. Should I give the number or?
Yes.
Okay.
Call Whitteney Guyton at 757-6086.
Y'all are so together, man. I love it. Like, you better know how to stream these songs. I'm gonna be on Apple Music. Like, all right, let me find TRK. I'm just like, listen to it. I love me some 90s R&B. It has been such a pleasure talking to y'all. I love it so much. Y'all are so inspirational. Like, you're about your business. Y'all have y'all plans. Y'all going to school. Like, I love to see it. Keep doing what you are doing. Now, since I jumped the gun the first time, Tiffany, am I ready? Can I ask the signature question?
Ready.
Like my favorite part of the whole interview, right? So it's our last question, and it's our signature question. I want each of you to answer individually, and that is, what does the word emerge mean to you?
Don't let me go first.
Wow.
And say your name before you answer, so everybody knows.
Go ahead.
Me? Okay. Leon Guyton here. The word emerge to me means to branch out, to grow, to break barriers, to become a better you, to become a better thing, a better place. Just enhancement all around.
I guess I'll go. I'll skip you. Ziana here. The word, oh Lord Jesus. Emerge. The word emerge, I guess would mean for me would be to truly become one with who you are. Truly be yourself and find yourself, and actually, focus on you to make sure that you are the best person that you can possibly be.
Okay, and finally for me, Imani Guyton here. The word emerge to me would just pretty much mean to go through everything, but to continue to stay yourself throughout the whole thing, to continue to grow as well as you go through things. So go and grow, pretty much.
Love it.
These definitions are from some people who've been here before. Y'all have been through some things. Those were some very mature definitions. I've had some adults who their version of emerge and what it means to them was very, very different from what y'all have had. So it has been my absolute pleasure having y'all on the show today to learn about TRK and what y'all are doing individually. I'm so excited to follow y'all and to, follow all the EPs, all the albums, all the projects. Y'all have gained the supporters. So thank you so much for joining Tiffany and I on our show today.
Thank you so much for having us.
I'm Tiffany Boyle, and you are listening to Emerge here on WHOV 88.1. If you would like to partner with us and have your business spotlighted on the show, please contact us at emergethemagazine.com. Follow us on social media at Emerge the Magazine. We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will make divine decisions with Dorothea.
You have a mission. It's no collision. Hold the phone. Don't text. You're angling to be next. Brothers and sisters, you won't see it coming. You're off the road. Your life explodes. It's not worth it. Don't do it. You only think there's nothing to it. Put it down, hang up, pay attention to highway action. Behind the wheel, there is no such thing as a small distraction. Join the conversation at decidetodrive.org, a public service message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
Welcome to today's lottery drawing. And today's winning numbers are not yours, not yours, and another number that's not yours. And the final number is not yours.
When it comes to having money, don't rely on luck. Brew your own coffee at home instead of buying that latte. Brown bag it to work instead of ordering it. Go to feedthepig.org for more free ideas on how to save. Feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Gina Pemberton, president of the National Hampton Alumni Association. Our time is now. This is our moment to define what being a Hamptonian really means. At a time when the relevancy and impact of HBCUs is without question, it's absolutely critical that we all engage, work together, and give back to our home by the sea. Engaging as an alumnus means to join your local alumni chapter, mentor a current student, and donate regularly. Join your local alumni chapter now, logging on to NHAAINC.org. Keep Hampton's legacy strong for generations to come. Keeping you informed, we are Smooth 88.1 WHOV.
Welcome back. I'm Dorothea Schuler, and you're tuned into WHOV 88.1 iHeartRadio, and you're listening to Emerge Wednesdays, the radio show that's all about entrepreneurs and business and is the premier information source for business owners. We at Emerge aim to keep you informed and up to date. So if you're just now tuning in, Tiffany and Deshana just spoke with special guests, TRK, the Rich Kids, Z, Simi, and Imani. They are the 757's very own, amazingly talented, new, up-and-coming R&B group. This past Saturday, Emerge had the privilege of attending their listening party. And I'm going to tell you, you have to get them on your radar. So look, go to www.emergethemagazine.com and listen to TRK's interview and catch up on any of our previously recorded episodes as well. All right, friends, let's get to it. We all operate throughout the course of our lives based upon a series of decisions. A decision is a conclusion or resolution reached after consideration. And divine means excellence. So we're making an excellent decision. With that being said, let's make the divine decision today to volunteer. Over the past few weeks, I've been working as a political consultant on Mr. Philip Jones' mayoral campaign and have had the opportunity to meet with several nonprofit organizations who service the needs of impoverished families and the homeless community throughout the city of Newport News, as well as the entire peninsula and Tidewater regions. Through the course of these meetings, I was made aware of just how vital the act of volunteerism is to the success and sustainability of these organizations. I learned, in fact, how detrimental volunteers are to providing these services. Not only are they usually the main source of manpower resources, but can also dictate the operations, organization, timeliness of, and even the number of people these services can effectively be administered to. So yeah, volunteering has always and will always be an important and necessary factor in the emergence of a healthy, thriving, and fruitful society. So let's take a look at the definition. A volunteer is stated as a person who freely offers to take part in an enterprise or undertake a task. Why did I wait so late to give you the definition? Because you, like myself, up until recent revelations, may have only identified the act of volunteering for the purpose of giving back and helping others, which again is so amazingly rewarding and important. But let me ask you this. Do you volunteer for yourself as well? Yep, I know it sounds strange, but great. Now you guys may listen even a little closer. When have you maybe volunteered your gift or skill set with the main goal of growing or expanding yourself and applying yourself in new ways? The definition also included volunteering to an enterprise, which is a project or undertaking, typically one that is difficult or requires effort. For instance, say you own a residential-based lawn company and you're wanting to expand and gain some commercial clients. Why not volunteer your services at church or even a senior living facility in your community? You would be expanding your knowledge into landscaping larger areas. You'd have opportunity to market your business and help to contribute to an organization that really needs it. Hey, maybe you're an administrative assistant who needs more job experience and wants to put in for a raise or wanting to land a higher paying position. Contacting a few local nonprofits to see if you can volunteer and help with various administrative tasks, that could pose as an opportunity to learn different administrative processes and procedures that can build your own experience and knowledge in other areas of your field, enrich your resume, and voluntarily open yourself up for greater opportunities. I'm going to leave you with this statement. And yep, from the Bible, my favorite book. All the believers were one in heart and mind. No one claimed that any of their possessions was their own, but they shared everything they had. So join me today and share your gifts and talents by sharing yourself and emerge with me into our best lives and make the divine decision to volunteer. Knowing this decision will ultimately help to shape and create a path that reflects a light of excellence in our lives. You're listening to Emerge Wednesdays on WHOV 88.1, and this has been another divine decision with Dorothea. And speaking of decisions, you too can decide to be a part of Emerge Wednesdays by submitting your response to our signature question, what does the word emerge mean to you? Share that with us on our IG at Emerge Magazine. This week's response is from Natasha McCain, CEO and president of McCain Consulting Firm, Hampton, Virginia. To move from one transition to your next metamorphosis. Okay, Emerge family, I immediately pictured the beautiful emergence of a butterfly. Did you? Thanks, Natasha, for planning such a beautiful mental picture for us. All right, so as we continue with Emerge Wednesdays, up next, Tiffany and Deshana will be speaking with Whitteney Guyton. Whitteney Guyton, a native of Chicago who relocated to Hampton Roads to attend Norfolk State University, is the CEO of Synergy Health Systems, Camp Loud, and the co-founder and owner of 1865 Brewery, the first Black-owned brewery in Hampton Roads. She is the founder of We Buy Back the Block as well. As a mental health counselor and advocate, she strives to tear down the stigmatism of mental illness. Whitney's vision for how to make a mental health center engaging for children came to fruition through Camp Loud and Services, a mental health and behavioral therapeutic day treatment center for children ages 6 to 18, in which she co-owns and operates with local singer Myra Smith-Jones. In March 2022, she started We Buy the Block, Real Estate Investors. She believes that progress and change do not happen unless we do it. Her idea is to mix local small businesses with franchises as well as residential, buying property by the block rather than just one home or business at a time. Her desire is to maintain the culture of the Hampton Roads communities while bringing them much needed business. And now, Deshana and Tiffany with Whitteney Guyton.
Hi, Whitteney. Thank you for coming on the show. We are so excited to have you. How are you doing today?
I am well. I am very well. How are you guys doing today?
Amazing.
Good. She said that like in the biblical sense. I am well.
Amazing. Blessed and highly favored, dog. It's been a great day. What can I say? You know, when you're doing your interviews and you're excited about learning and meeting new people, you gotta have your energy up.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta have it up.
Yes, I'm working on it. This is my excited voice right here.
This is Tiffany's excitement.
We gotta work on that though.
Just imagine you're going to brunch after this, Tiffany. Imagine brunch. Come on, get your energy up. Brunch.
Right.
Brunch.
And mimosas.
Yeah, we're gonna change these to brunch interviews. That's what it's gonna be.
With mimosas.
With mimosas.
Yes.
Yeah, we have to get all the questions out before the second one. Yes. So, Whitteney, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh wow. Oh, Johnny on the spot. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. I came to Virginia to go to Norfolk State University. And after college, I stayed, got a job like most people. And I was like, this can't be for me. Lord, this ain't it. This ain't it. I know you have something else for me. So I started doing business. Actually, I learned how to do business in college, to be very honest. I worked with Underworld Records when they were under Universal Records, and I did A&R. And I also had my own kid rap group. And so I had to learn contract law. So I used to take the bus to Regent University and go in their law library and study and ask like first year law students and things like that, questions that about contracts. I learned how to do LLCs and EINs and things like that when I was like 18. So I had a business then, and I was doing business then and understanding business and understanding contract law and record deals and things of that nature, and learning that business. So after school, I just went to go work for somebody, and I was like, this ain't it. This is not it for me. And I started consulting and opening up healthcare companies throughout Virginia. And over the years, I started adding to the things that I can do. And then I started opening up healthcare companies throughout the United States. Then I started opening up companies, healthcare companies for myself. And then from there, I just started branching off to other businesses like real estate. I'm the first Black female brewer to have a manufacturing company. I have a real estate investment group called We Buy the Block. So just branching off into commercial real estate as well and residential, and doing it's continuing to still make a difference in mental health for our people within our communities as well. So, and I'm a mother of TRK. We have 5 children, and they're wonderful, man. Being a parent is what actually gave me the best education.
Right.
Actually.
Right.
So I'm amazed by them daily. All of them. They amaze me daily. I tell people all the time that my children outwork me. Mm-hmm. People don't believe me. I'm like, but they outwork me every time. So that's me.
Well, that was a lot.
You said that's me. Like, I don't know. I stopped counting. I wrote RS. So I said they had a kid rap group. It was healthcare companies, real estate, first female. I stopped writing because I'm just like, let me just pay attention, because I didn't want to take down what you said and then miss what you were saying. That was a lot. With 5 children?
Yeah.
You know, kudos to you, because I was telling Tiffany I have a son and I have a daughter. I was like, 1 kid was cool, but 2 feel like 14. And then I meet people, right, like you, who do all these things with their kids. I'm like, girl, put your head down and go to work and stop complaining about it. Like, you got this. You can do this, mm-hmm. Right? So that's a lot. So just kind of talk to us about the evolution of how at least some of those businesses, like how you got into them. How did that work?
Yeah, I'm interested in knowing like the healthcare part. Like you say, I'm not a 9-to-5er, and then healthcare. Like what made you choose?
Well, it's funny, I was telling the story today. So I was, when I first got out of school, I did work for a mental health company, and I hated, it was basically a cash cow for kids. And so I was like, where do they go after they become institutionalized? And I found out they went into group homes. So my thought process was catch them at the group home, give them everything that they need so that they can be productive citizens one day. Give them the care, the counseling, vocational, all this. So I decided I was going to open up a group home with $0 and 0 cents, and no money. But I had a plan, dang it.
That's right.
And so I started, my wife is like, what are you going to do? How are you going to get this done? And so I started researching, because that's what I am. I'm a researcher. I research everything. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry, guys, about that. I research everything. So I started researching and planning, putting together what I needed for the application. And remember, I had no money, right? No house. We was renting an apartment, and we had like 4 kids in it, and so I put everything together. I put it in a red binder, and we moved into a new apartment, and the landlord there had like 10 houses. And so I told him, I'm going to open up a group home. And he was like, all right, you know what I mean? And he was younger. He was not younger than me. He might have been, what's Craig, like maybe 10 years older. So, I was like 20, he was 30.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was like, okay, you want to do this, whatever type of thing. So he came to me one day. I was like, so you really want to open a group home? I was like, yeah. He's like, so what have you done for it? So I was like, I'll be right back. Then I got my red binder with my SEC documentation, my EIM, the application, the program description that I had already written, and doing some of the forms that needed to be done. And I handed him my red binder. And I want to say he had it for a good while, maybe 2 weeks. And he came back to me and he was like, I prayed about it. And I just looked at him. I said, pray.
Mm-hmm.
You pray? Like he was out there back then. You know what I mean? So that was something that I didn't think that's what he was going to say. That he prayed about it. So he prayed about it, and I'm going to give, and I made some phone calls. So I'm going to give you one of my houses.
Nice.
And I found a lady who's a consultant that if I give her $10,000, she'll get us licensed. She'll take everything that you already did and put it together.
Mm.
So that's how I started.
Wow.
started with healthcare. Then I decided that I wanted to be a consultant, and I started learning how to open up group homes, then home healthcare agencies and counseling agencies and schools, then emergency centers and da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
So I just started opening up healthcare companies throughout the Virginia first, and then out throughout the United States. I got nationally accredited, and that's all I did. I was a consultant for many years until I got burnt out.
Mm.
And so then I decided to open up more healthcare facilities just for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And consulting down for a couple of years. So I did. And I just started opening up. I can get like 150 different licenses. So I was like, well, we'll get a few at a time until I own a hospital.
Wow.
That's it.
So when is the book coming, right? Because with that story, I'm serious. I'm not even joking. Like, for real. Like, okay, you've done all that. When are you going to document it, right? You're telling it to us on the radio, but when are you going to document it in form of a book? I'm being very serious. Have you ever thought about that?
So I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, no. So here's the thing that some people don't know about me. I'm a fiction writer. Most people,
okay.
Most of my people, like, from when I was younger, probably thought that I was going to write books. Or for movies or for TV shows, because I am a fiction writer. I have tried to sit down. Mish. I'm sorry, guys. Give me a second. Mish.
What was it? I can't even do it. What was that?
Mish.
She kept looking over there like, is somebody gonna get me water while I'm dying right now? I wanted to say this is via Zoom for all the listeners out there. This is via Zoom, so we are not getting COVID. Thank you for all that.
We are all social.
I don't have that. I don't have that. That's, please understand, that's. Thank you.
Wait, but what was the sound? I can't do it.
I'm gonna do that to my husband, and I'm gonna see what he said. Like,
right. Let me know it.
I'm gonna try it.
I need to know.
Need to know. So that's one of the things that people, you will have to know me and be in my family or like a really close friend. I do voices all the time, especially when we're doing road trips. You never know who I'm going to be. I thought I was going to write books, or I thought I was going to do screenplays or I wanted to be Cree Summers. I wanted to do voices for cartoons. So
it can still happen.
I mean, it's still going to happen. It's still going to happen.
Yeah.
But,
come on now.
To write my own book, I would have to dictate it to somebody, because I've tried to sit down to type it up myself, whatever. And I'm like,
right.
So by chapter 3 to chapter 4, I kind of go, ooh, if I can do a whole new storyline of this or of that. So it's just hard for me to write my book. So I think someone else is going to have to write my book. Now, my wife and I just came up with a 3-day boot camp called Doing Business Better. And we wrote the book to that, where we describe how to do business better, because a lot of people really do not know how to do business better. So we did write that book together on and it's not the typical business book where it's a bunch of advice that is effective. This is concrete. So one day I will sit down with some book, write my story.
So after you sit down with somebody and write their story, make sure you reach out to us, come back on the show so we can get it promoted, give us our advanced copy, you know. We're going to put that in the atmosphere. We're going to let that marinate in the universe and come on back.
I like it, under the Whitney Lynn brand. And so if you're just tuning in, you're listening to Emerge. I'm Tiffany Boyle, along with co-host Deshana Kemp Garnett, and we are talking with Whitteney Guyton, who I guess is a multi-entrepreneur. I don't even know what you would call it, but she does everything.
A serial. We always say serial entrepreneur. I'm not sure that's the right terminology, but we've been using it for all these shows, so let's just stick with it. It works.
I think that is probably the right thing. But when you say serial, then I think serial killer, and we don't want to go there. But I'm sure serial entrepreneur is like the actual like terminology. Anyway, we know you are not. So tell us about Whitteney Lynn, the brand.
Whitteney Lynn, the brand. Wow. So Whitteney Lynn, the brand is everything that encompassed me. So I have, I'm a part of a book that is actually out now. And it's called Words of Wisdom. And I'm one of 33 other authors. And so I was asked to put together 500 words that if I had to give somebody some type of women upliftment, what would they be? And so I wrote that, and it's called Words Are Energy. And so that's a part of my brand where, I don't want Whitteney just to be Synergy or Camp Loud or 1865 or We Buy the Block and whatever else that I flip and do. Brands stand on their own. I was talking to someone about Synergy, and I built Synergy so that Synergy can stand on its own. And if you decided to franchise Synergy, you won't see Whitteney. You would see the brand itself, Synergy. So for Whitteney, I want people to see me as somebody that is obtainable and reachable. Because a lot of times folks look at people who are wealthy and who are people that look at people that are wealthy as these, these unicorn-like creatures. And that is, that can't be me. This is not obtainable. Or they see a facade of people. Mm-hmm. And so when you get me, you're getting the rawness. That's what Whitteney Lynn, the brand is knowing that this is obtainable, this is reachable. And I'm not going to say, I like to do workshops. I like to speak to people. I like to show people that if it's anything that I'm attached to, then it's going to be done in excellence. It's kind of like with Oprah. If Oprah says this book is good, 15 million people are going to go get that book, right? Because it's a trusted source. Right. So Whitteney Lynn, the brand, is a trusted source.
I think you said something really important, right? About you letting people know that it's attainable. And I will say, for me, wealthy people, that was just something I used to just see on TV. Now you see it on Instagram, and those people they are more realistic because we might see the best side of them, the worst side because of social media. But also in my business, I hang around people, and it's like, I'm like, they like got money. I'm like the type of people like, I make $100,000 a month. And I look at those people, and no judgment to them, but they're some of the most down to earth, not I'm going to get the latest iPhone, not I'm going to have this and putting on all these airs. And sometimes I look at how they might present something, and in my mind, I'm like, I can low key do this better than them. So like, if they can do it, I can also do it. So I think what you said was really important, especially for people around you. Like, hey, if I got this, you can get this, and I can show you how to get this, and I can teach you. So I think that's really amazing. That point that you made.
Thank you. I do want to say something though. I do want to dispel a lot of myths. Sometimes people, I'm flashy. I'm unapologetically flashy. So I want to dispel the whole millionaires they buy $10 jeans. I flipping don't. Okay, I think we need to dispel certain myths, especially within the community. We like to show pictures. There's a picture of Jay-Z. One is when in the 90s or whatever with the dookie chain and the gold in his mouth, and he has gold rings on his fingers. And then the other picture of him is in these blue jeans. I think it's like a blue sweater, watch, and some and some shoes on, like loafers. And they're like, and then one of the part of the pictures, it says perceived wealth because he had on his gold, and what wealth really looks like because you don't see any labels on him and whatever. And that makes me laugh because to someone who is actually for real wealthy will know that the picture of him in that blue $4,000 sweater,
I was going to say the sweater,
$2,000 jeans on, right, the $100,000 watch, and the $8,000 loafers on. I'm sitting here like, just because you don't know the label does not make, you cannot say perceive, y'all think he was wealthy here, but he's wealthy here. He just got on a regular sweater and a jeans. And I'm sitting here like, this man got on $500,000 worth of stuff. Y'all don't, So to sit here and tell people what gets me, and I'm very dismayed with TD Jakes right now. Because, he went on record to say, I may never be a billionaire, but but the billionaires and the millionaires that I sit around, they look like everyday people. They don't wear Gucci and this and the third. And I'm like, which ones you sitting around? Because that's a lie. I mean, you're that is untrue. Like you, first of all, the robe that you have on is $20,000, bro. And have you seen your wife and children lately? So you're talking about your own kinfolks? And who are you sitting around? Because that is a total lie. So I do want to dispel some myths. We wealthy people spend money, and we spend money on the things in which we desire and like. Just because we spend money does not mean that we are trying to put on airs to make somebody else whatever. That's not us. That's not me. I do it because I like it. I don't care about if you like it or not. I like it. And we don't do it for some other people. So I think we need to dispel a few myths of what we think money is, because I'm going to figure like this. At the end of the day, if I have millions of dollars because my children has a trust. So if my children have millions of dollars in their trust, I have investments, I have property, I have all these things. Well, I'm supposed to die with the rest?
Exactly. Can't take it with you.
I already have stuff set up for people to give to people and things like that. So because you think that us wealthy people buy $10 Hanes t-shirts and walk around in them,
right?
That's what I should do. Right. So we need to stop telling people what they think wealthy people do, and especially if they're not sitting down with true people that are wealthy. And what does wealth really mean to you? And so that I think that's what because some people don't want billionaire problems. I do.
Right.
Some people don't want millionaire problems. I have those. So some people, that it's just too much. So I think we need to also look at what we mean about success. Because I wrote something in a Forbes magazine called Success versus Unsuccess and what it means. We cannot quantitate success. Success is quality.
Exactly.
So because I'm a millionaire does not make me more successful than somebody else who is not. Because it's not about the quantity that I have, but the quality of life that I have. Unsuccessful people don't have quality of life. Successful people do. No matter what they're successful at, the quality of that success makes you happy. So if you decided to go to school to be a principal or a teacher and you obtain that goal, you are just as successful as myself, who has aspirations to be a billionaire. That doesn't make me I'm not more important in that sense than you. It's just what we value, what success is. So we need to stop also quantitating what success is.
All right, Deshana, do you want to do
Yes, my favorite part. So this is our last question. It's our signature question, and that is, what does the word emerge mean to you?
So emerge means to me, so I just became a gardener, and I have a huge garden, and I have okra, watermelon, corn, 5 different types of tomatoes. I got a lot of stuff, cucumbers. So when I hear emerge, I think about my garden. I think about the seed. I think about the soil and how awesome it is to watch that seed turn into actually like a seedling, and it's emerging from the soil, going up to the light so that it can start this whole photosynthesis and become this huge plant. So when I think about emerge, that's what totally it's a visual that pops into my head, that you've tilled your ground, you have put the seed in, and now you are sowing and reaping the benefits as it emerges. That's what emerge means to me.
That is such an awesome definition. I want to say, Miss Whitteney, it has been a pleasure having you on the show. I'm still going to put it in there. Every time I see you, I'm like, Whitteney, are you recording? Are you sending that stuff? I'm ready for the book. But thank you so much for just sharing your story and your journey with us. It has been a pleasure.
It has been a pleasure to speak with you both.
I'm Deshana Kemp Garnett, and it's time for my 2 cents. Hello, Emerge family. We made it to another Wednesday. I am so happy you guys decided to tune in today. And what I really want to share my 2 cents on is something I really haven't talked a lot about, and that's social media and how social media impacts our finances personally and as business owners. I know that everybody listening right now, you're probably on LinkedIn. There's Facebook, there's TikTok, there's Instagram. There's so many different social media outlets. But I want you all to just take a moment and think about, how are you using social media? Is this something you're going on to find clients? Are you utilizing it to just keep in touch with people? Are you kind of looking at other people and being envious of their lives? Because one thing I've noticed right now is most people, right, they only tend to post those great moments on social media. They're posting the trips, they're posting the shopping sprees. And if you're not careful, you can find yourself being very envious, of the life that others portray to have on social media. Social media, like most other things, it can be a double-edged sword. And so I was doing some research I was looking at a lot of different articles. I was listening to podcasts. And I just want to talk about, how do you make social media a tool for your business, right? Because if it's a tool for your business, it's going to impact your business. And at the end of the day, what we really want is for social media to impact our bottom line, right? Impact our profit, but we want it to do that in a positive way. So when we're on our social media, let's just think about, this is a platform. For a lot of this is free, it's a platform we can really use to just show the world who we are, right? Because people want to do business with somebody they feel like they know, somebody they respect, somebody they like, somebody they trust. So you can use social media as a tool to attract people to you. You can reach new audiences. Another thing, we can strengthen relationships. How much does it cost you if you see that one of your clients or prospective clients, right, they just had a baby, they got married, they got a promotion at work, right? Or, they bought a home, they started a business. It takes less than 5 seconds out of your day to say congratulations, or to send some words of congratulations or encouragement. So when you're doing that, people say, hey, this person congratulated me. Maybe when they're looking, for the business or the service you offer, you're the person they're going to think about. Build your brand. What is it that you want to stand for? What do you want to be known for outside of your business, right? So, hey, Deshana Kemp Garnett, she's a financial professional. But what else does my social media say about me? It says I'm a business owner for sure. It says I'm a wife, a mother. It says that I'm a daughter. It says that I volunteer. It shows that I go out and help the community. All the things that people are attracted to, all the things that are at the very core of who I am. That helps me to humanize my brand, right? And you just have to know how to use your social media. A lot of people spend a lot of money on marketing, well, at least back in the day. But do we really need to do that in the age of social media? Do we need to spend money to market, or can we just put up some words of encouragement? Put up a quick video on our social media. Put something on LinkedIn. I am all for using social media when it's done properly. Use it in a way that is going to benefit you and your business. I am Deshana Kemp Garnett, and that's my 2 cents. Let's take a look at some regional and local activities. Join Ladies Around the Globe for Fab Mornings with LAG, Tuesdays at 6:30 a.m. This is located at Riverview Farm Park, Riverview Parkway, Newport News, Virginia. For additional information, visit www.ladiesaroundtheglobe.com. 1865 Brewing, Emerge, and RPEO presents Brew, Business Relationship Emerge Wednesday, business networking event with happy hour prices. Our August business spotlight will be the Right Narrative LLC owner, Shantae Turner, every fourth Wednesday from 5 to 7 p.m., 1865 Brewing in Hampton, Virginia. The Emerge Awards and Premiere, the must-attend event of the year. Emerge presents a 3-day event all about entrepreneurs starting on Sunday, October 16th through Tuesday, October 18th, 2022. You do not want to miss out on these events. Tickets go on sale starting August 2022 on www.emergepremiere.com. A special thank you for the guests on today's episode. If you missed out on part of today's show or to listen to past episodes, visit us at www.emergethemagazine.com.